If you're one of the 87% of American families that eat pizza at least once a month, you might want to put down that slice and listen up. Because what I'm about to tell you about these 5 major pizza chains will make you question everything you thought you knew about your favorite Friday night dinner. Most people think pizza is pizza, right? Dough, sauce, cheese, maybe some pepperoni. How bad could it be? Well, buckle up, because the pizza industry has become a race to the bottom where speed and profit margins matter more than whether you're actually eating food or just food-shaped products. We're talking about a $50 billion industry that's figured out how to serve you cardboard with cheese, while making you think you're getting a deal. And when companies start cutting food costs to boost those profit margins, quality doesn't just disappear. It gets replaced with chemicals you can't pronounce and shortcuts that'll make your stomach question your life choices. Today, I'm pulling back the curtain on 5 pizza chains that are basically serving you edible disappointment while charging premium prices. We'll dive into the cost-cutting measures that compromise both taste and your health, and then I'll tell you about 3 chains that actually get it right, proving that fast pizza doesn't have to mean bad pizza. Before we dive in, smash that subscribe button, because what you're about to learn could save your family from some seriously questionable meals. And trust me, once you know what's really going on behind those cheerful commercials, you'll never look at pizza the same way again. Let's start with Domino's, the chain that built their entire modern identity on getting pizza to your door in 30 minutes or less. But here's the thing about that speed. It comes at a cost that goes way beyond what you're paying at checkout. You might remember back in 2009 when Domino's basically admitted their pizza was garbage. CEO Patrick Doyle literally appeared in commercials saying their pizza tastes like cardboard and has no flavor. Brutal honesty, right? They spent 2 years and who knows how much money completely overhauling their recipe. But here's what Domino's didn't tell you about their miraculous transformation. While the pizza might have tasted better initially, the same broken system that created cardboard pizza was still running the show. It's like putting a fresh coat of paint on a house with a cracked foundation. It looks better, but the problems are still there. That new and improved dough, it's still pumped full of enough preservatives and dough conditioners to survive a nuclear winter. Sure, it tastes better than the old cardboard version, but it's engineered for speed, not flavor. We're talking about dough that's mixed in industrial batches, frozen solid, shipped to stores, then thawed and shaped by machines. That's not fresh, that's food manufacturing. And don't even get me started on the sauce. The reformulated version did taste better, but it's still basically high fructose corn syrup with artificial flavors playing dress up as tomato sauce. Real tomatoes are in there somewhere, but they're swimming in enough chemical additives to make a chemistry professor nervous. The cheese improvements? Mostly smoke and mirrors. Yeah, they increase the percentage of real mozzarella, but it's still mixed with enough vegetable oil and artificial flavors to achieve the melting characteristics their speed-obsessed operation demands. It's like upgrading from plastic cheese to slightly better plastic cheese. But within a few years of that big recipe change, cost pressures and delivery time demands push them right back to their old tricks. Former employees describe watching quality standards gradually erode as training got reduced and the pressure to meet delivery times increased. Want proof? Customer satisfaction scores for food quality have actually declined since 2015, despite all those recipe improvements. Translation: the operational shortcuts overwhelmed any gains from better ingredients. The real problem is that 30-minute delivery promise. Pizzas get yanked from ovens before they're fully cooked just to save time, then finished under heat lamps during delivery. You're not getting a properly cooked pizza. You're getting a science experiment with uneven cooking and potential bacteria survival in those undercooked spots. And that fancy tracking system? It's created even more pressure on employees to meet unrealistic time targets. Hand washing gets skipped, sanitization protocols get ignored, all to save a few precious seconds. When your pizza tracker shows quality check complete, what it really means is we didn't have time to actually check anything. The franchise model makes it worse. Individual locations are under constant pressure to hit corporate time standards while staying profitable. So food safety and quality become sacrificial lambs on the altar of speed metrics, regardless of what the corporate recipe actually calls for. Cross-contamination is basically inevitable when the same surfaces and utensils handle different ingredients without proper cleaning. But proper cleaning takes time, and time is the enemy in Domino's world. The bottom line? You can't fix systemic problems with better ingredients. As long as speed trumps everything else, you're going to get substandard food. Patrick Doyle's honesty was refreshing, but the company's inability to maintain those improvements reveals the fundamental truth. When delivery time matters more than cooking time, customers always lose. Now let's talk about Chuck E. Cheese, the place where childhood memories go to die and pizza goes to. Well, we'll get to that. Chuck E. Cheese has a captive audience. Parents who'll endure almost anything to keep their kids happy for a few hours. And they've taken full advantage of that desperation by serving what can only be described as pizza-adjacent food products. Remember the viral scandal in 2019? YouTuber Shane Dawson exposed something that had parents everywhere doing double takes. Chuck E. Cheese pizzas that looked like they were assembled from completely different pizzas. Different crust thickness, misaligned toppings, pieces that clearly didn't belong together. It was like pizza patchwork. The theory went viral. Were they actually taking uneaten slices from returned pizzas, reheating them, and Frankensteining them into new pizzas? Chuck E. Cheese denied it, but they couldn't explain why their pizzas consistently looked like they'd been assembled by someone wearing a blindfold. Whether they were actually recycling pizza slices or not, the scandal revealed something worse. Their quality control was so bad that their pizzas naturally looked like leftover scraps. That's not a good look for a place that's supposed to be about fun and family dining. Let's talk about what's actually in those pizzas. The dough is made from a mix that prioritizes shelf stability over anything resembling flavor. We're talking about crust that tastes like cardboard and has the texture of a stress ball. Your kids might not care, but your taste buds are filing a formal complaint. The sauce is essentially tomato-flavored corn syrup with enough preservatives to outlast your mortgage. The artificial flavor is so overpowering that any actual tomato taste doesn't stand a chance. It's like they took ketchup and decided it wasn't sweet enough. But the cheese situation is where things get really depressing. They use a processed cheese product that contains less than 40% actual mozzarella. The rest, vegetable oil, artificial flavors, and preservatives that would make a Twinkie jealous. This cheese doesn't melt. It just gets warm and separates into greasy puddles that slide off your slice like it's trying to escape. Food safety at Chuck E. Cheese is interesting. You've got kids running around touching everything, then employees moving between play areas and food prep without proper hand washing. Cross-contamination isn't just possible, it's basically guaranteed. The business model tells you everything you need to know. Food quality is secondary to keeping the arcade games running. Pizzas are prepared hours in advance and reheated when ordered, destroying any remaining texture or flavor. You're not getting fresh pizza. You're getting reheated disappointment. Health inspection reports consistently show problems with temperature control, pest activity, and employee hygiene. When you're trying to manage both food service and kids' entertainment, something's going to suffer. And it's usually the food. The target demographic means they can get away with serving low-quality food because parents are focused on survival, not flavor evaluation. But even captive audiences have limits. And the 2019 scandal proved that sometimes even desperate parents will say, "Enough is enough." Ah, Little Caesars, hot and ready pizza for $5. But here's the thing about that price point. There's a reason that pizza costs $5, And it's not because Little Caesars is feeling generous. Let's start with the foundation, the dough. Traditional pizza dough needs time to rise and develop flavor. Little Caesars dough? It's been chemically engineered to go from mixing bowl to oven in under 30 minutes. We're talking about a chemical-heavy dough conditioner system that's less about flavor and more about speed. The dough arrives at stores as frozen discs that have been pumped full of preservatives, emulsifiers, and artificial flavors. Former employees describe thawing these hockey pucks in industrial microwaves, then watching machines stretch them into something that vaguely resembles pizza dough. It's not dough, it's edible Play-Doh. But wait, it gets worse. That sauce? It's tomato paste concentrate mixed with water, high fructose corn syrup, and enough sodium to preserve it for weeks without refrigeration. You're not getting tomato sauce. You're getting tomato-flavored survival food. The cheese situation is where things get truly disturbing. They use a processed blend that contains less than 60% actual mozzarella. The rest is milk protein concentrate and vegetable oil. So you're basically eating dairy cosplay. It looks like cheese, but it's mostly oil pretending to be food. And the pepperoni? Industry insiders reveal that Little Caesars pepperoni is made from mechanically separated chicken and pork, mixed with beef fat and enough nitrates to give it that artificial red color. The texture comes from corn syrup and potato starch, not actual meat. You're not eating pepperoni. You're eating meat-flavored rubber. Health inspections at Little Caesars locations consistently reveal problems that would make a food safety inspector cry. Temperature control issues, cross-contamination, employee hygiene problems. It's like a masterclass in how not to run a food service operation. The hot and ready model sounds convenient until you realize it means pizzas sit under heat lamps for hours, creating the perfect breeding ground for bacteria. Fresh and hot are relative terms when your pizza has been living under a heat lamp longer than some people spend at work. The speed-focused business model creates additional safety concerns. Employees are trained to prioritize speed over actually cooking food properly. Undercooked dough and lukewarm toppings aren't just disappointing, they're potential health hazards. The most telling indicator of Little Caesars quality? Their own employees rarely eat the food. Multiple former workers describe a culture where bringing lunch from home was standard practice because nobody trusted what they were serving to customers. When the people making your food won't eat it, that should tell you something. Pizza Hut used to be the king of pizza chains. They had sit-down restaurants, personal pan pizzas that actually tasted good, and that famous stuffed crust that made you forget you were eating chain pizza. But somewhere along the way, they lost their crown and their way. The decline starts with their signature pan pizza crust. It used to be made fresh in each restaurant, with dough that was actually allowed to rise and develop flavor. Today, most locations receive pre-made dough that's been frozen, shipped, and reheated. That signature crust that made Pizza Hut famous is now a shadow of its former self, often arriving at your door soggy and flavorless. The sauce tells a similar tragic story. The original recipe took hours to simmer, developing complex flavors that made you forget you were eating fast food. Now it's a concentrate that gets mixed with water and heated in minutes. The result tastes more like ketchup than pizza sauce, and not even good ketchup. But here's the real kicker. Consistency is basically a myth at Pizza Hut. The franchise model means quality varies wildly from location to location. Some franchisees still maintain higher standards, while others cut every possible corner to maximize profits. It's like playing Russian roulette with your dinner. Recent health inspection reports reveal systemic problems that would make your grandmother weep. Temperature violations are common, with cheese and meat toppings stored at unsafe temperatures for hours. Cross-contamination between raw and cooked ingredients is another recurring nightmare. The delivery-focused model has created additional quality problems. Pizzas get prepared hours before delivery, then reheated when orders come in. This process doesn't just destroy texture and flavor, It creates food safety risks that would make a health inspector reach for the antacids. That stuffed crust pizza you remember loving? It's now made with processed cheese product that's injected into pre-formed crust, rather than being hand-stuffed with real mozzarella. You're not getting stuffed crust, you're getting cheese-flavored disappointment wrapped in bread. Employee turnover at Pizza Hut is among the highest in the food service industry. This means inexperienced workers are handling food preparation with minimal training. It's a perfect storm of quality and safety issues that would make Gordon Ramsay have a meltdown. Pizza Hut's attempts to compete with faster, cheaper chains have led to shortcuts that compromise everything that once made them special. They've traded their crown for speed, and customers are paying the price. Papa John's has faced more scandals than a reality TV show, but the problems go deeper than just leadership drama. The quality of their food has declined as dramatically as their public image. That sauce they used to brag about being made with fresh tomatoes? It's now a concentrate mixed with water and artificial flavors. The fresh, never-frozen dough claim might be technically true, but it's loaded with enough preservatives to last for days without refrigeration. It's not fresh, it's chemically preserved. The cheese quality has taken a nosedive that would make a cliff diver jealous. What used to be 100% mozzarella is now a blend that includes milk, protein concentrate, and vegetable oil to reduce costs. The result is cheese that doesn't melt properly and tastes like it was designed by a committee of accountants. Papa John's pepperoni has been reformulated more times than a failed sitcom. Each iteration contains less actual meat and more fillers. The current recipe includes mechanically separated poultry and enough sodium to preserve it for weeks. You're not eating pepperoni. You're eating meat-flavored salt. Quality control varies wildly between locations. Some franchisees maintain higher standards, while others cut corners so aggressively they make Little Caesars look gourmet. Health inspection reports reveal the usual suspects: temperature control problems, employee hygiene issues, and cross-contamination that would make a germaphobe faint. The company's financial struggles have led to cost-cutting measures that directly impact what ends up on your plate. Portion sizes have shrunk, ingredient quality has declined, and employee training has been minimized to save money. You're paying the same price for a lesser product. The delivery model creates additional quality issues. Pizzas sit in warming bags for extended periods, destroying texture and creating food safety risks if temperatures drop too low. By the time your pizza reaches your door, it's been through more temperature changes than a teenager's mood. The franchise system has created a race to the bottom, with individual locations competing to offer the lowest prices while maintaining profitability. This competition inevitably leads to compromises that would make a quality control manager cry. After analyzing all 5 chains, a disturbing pattern emerges. These restaurants have made a conscious decision to prioritize speed, cost-cutting, and profit margins over food quality and safety. The result is pizza that barely qualifies as food. The common threads include processed ingredients that would make a chemist blush, artificial flavors that overpower any real ingredients, excessive preservatives that extend shelf life but destroy taste, and business models that reward speed over quality. These chains have discovered they can serve substandard food as long as it's cheap and fast. The franchise model creates additional problems. Individual locations are under constant pressure to maximize profits while meeting corporate standards. This pressure inevitably leads to corners being cut in food preparation and safety protocols that would make a health inspector reach for the antacids. Not all pizza chains are racing to the bottom. While the Big Five are competing to see who can serve the worst food, 3 chains are proving that fast pizza can still be good pizza. Maudie Pizza has revolutionized the fast casual pizza experience by focusing on fresh ingredients and customization. Their dough is made fresh daily without artificial preservatives, and their sauce is made from actual tomatoes rather than concentrate. Imagine that. Real ingredients in fast food. The build-your-own model ensures each pizza is made to order, eliminating food safety concerns associated with pre-made pizzas sitting under heat lamps. The open kitchen design allows customers to watch their food being prepared, creating accountability for quality and cleanliness. MOD's commitment to fresh ingredients extends to their toppings. Vegetables are delivered daily, and meats contain no artificial preservatives or fillers. The result is pizza that tastes fresh and doesn't leave you feeling like you need a nap afterward. Blaze Pizza follows a similar model, but with an even stronger focus on ingredient quality. Their dough is made with just 5 ingredients and no artificial additives. The sauce is made from vine-ripened tomatoes with no added sugar or preservatives. Revolutionary concepts, right? Blaze's commitment to transparency means all ingredient information is readily available. They've eliminated artificial colors, flavors, and preservatives from their entire menu. The fast-fire cooking method ensures pizzas are properly cooked while maintaining speed. Quality control at Blaze is significantly higher than traditional chains. With strict standards for ingredient freshness and food safety protocols that are actually followed, not just posted on walls. Costco might seem like an unlikely entry, but their food court pizza consistently ranks among the best values in the industry. The secret? They use real ingredients despite the low price point. Costco's dough is made fresh daily in each location using a simple recipe without artificial preservatives. The sauce is made from whole tomatoes, and the cheese is 100% mozzarella with no fillers or artificial ingredients. It's like they forgot they were supposed to cut corners. The portion sizes are generous, and quality is consistent across locations due to strict corporate oversight. The low prices are possible because Costco uses pizza as a loss leader to attract customers to their warehouse stores. Food safety standards at Costco are significantly higher than typical pizza chains, with regular inspections and strict adherence to temperature and hygiene protocols. The next time you're craving pizza, remember you have choices. Look for chains that emphasize fresh ingredients and transparency. Avoid places that can't tell you what's in their food or rely heavily on pre-made processed components. Don't be fooled by marketing claims about fresh or natural ingredients. Read actual ingredient lists when they're available and trust your taste buds over advertising slogans. If it tastes like chemicals, it probably is. But here's what you should really do. Support your local pizza shops that make their dough fresh and use real ingredients. These businesses often provide better quality at competitive prices while supporting your local economy. It's a win-win situation. The pizza industry doesn't have to be a race to the bottom. Chains like MOD, Blaze, and Costco prove it's possible to serve good pizza quickly and affordably. But the big 5 chains have chosen a different path. One where profits matter more than quality, speed matters more than safety, and marketing matters more than actual ingredients. You can continue supporting chains that serve you processed food products disguised as pizza, or you can demand better by choosing restaurants that actually care about what they're serving. Your wallet votes, and your taste buds will thank you. If this video opened your eyes to what's really happening in your pizza, share it with someone who still thinks all pizza chains are the same. Hit that subscribe button if you want to stay informed about what's really in your food. Thanks for watching, and remember, choose your pizza wisely. Your stomach will thank you.